truck.
Clamp it onto what, Sam?
Thank you. I stay here in Harambe, Twin Day. Let's go. To Jumbo, hello everybody. My name is Aileen. I'll be your game warden in photo safari through Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I ask you please remain seated for entire safari. It gets pretty bumpy out here.
I'm not putting it out there.
It's like above your heads is a beautiful game spotting guide,
I'm not
which
putting
will
it out
help you
there.
identify the many animals that we may be seeing. And make sure your cameras are out and ready to go and possibly switched over to sports or action mode. Due to reserve rules, I cannot stop for every single animal out in the reserve. I can only pause for about 5 seconds in certain areas. So having your cameras out and ready to go is going to really help increase your chances of amazing photos. Quick show of hands. Raise your hand if it is your very first time on safari. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome! Do we have any returning safari guests?
Okay.
Welcome back, guys. And raise your hand if you need more coffee. Let's look for a wild Starbucks somewhere in there. Alright, let's go to the reserve and see what we can find. We are now entering the reserve, the Kilimanjaro forest. This forest is home to many animals, but you gotta keep a watchful eye out. Many of these animals' natural colorings and markings allow them to blend in almost perfectly to their surroundings. For example, over on the left-hand side, I saw a bongo. It might be a little hard to see. They're rust-colored with tan and white stripes. Or sorry, tan thin stripes. Now, bongos are so shy, they're called the ghosts of the forest. And both male and female bongos grow horns reach about 36 inches long. There's also greater kudu up ahead on the left-hand side. Just sat down. Greater kudu are the second tallest antelopes in Africa. They're about 6 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh around 750 pounds. That's a female kudu. She has no horns. Males have long curling horns, each about 71 inches long. Watering holes, that is some here on the left-hand side, are important gathering places here in the forest, and they sometimes give us a chance to see some of the more rare animals, like the sleeping black rhino. Do you guys see it by the logs? The black rhinos are incredibly rare. They've actually been hunted by the hundreds of thousands for their horns, and there's less than 5,000 left in the entire world today. That includes all zoos, reserves, the wild, everything. So we don't always get a chance to see them. See, this one is extra special, and she is sound asleep. It's the rock with horns that looks like a rhino. They're like 3,000-pound ninjas. See, the black rhinos do weigh about 3,000 pounds. And like all rhinos, they rely mostly on their sense of smell and hearing, both of which are phenomenal because their eyesight is pretty awful. In fact, rhinos can't really see beyond 35 feet. If that rhino were to look at us, we'd be very, very blurry. But by listening to us, she can tell exactly how many of us there are and where we are, which I imagine is a nice trait to have when you're blind as a bat. I do see 2 big black and white birds with bright orange, yellow, and black beaks on the left-hand side. These are saddle-bill storks. The female is standing up, the male is sitting down. The females have gold eyes, the males have brown eyes. Only difference. Now, saddle-bill storks are actually the tallest storks in Africa. They're about 5 feet tall and have an 8 to 9 foot wingspan. Their wingspan is actually bigger than this truck is wide from left to right. Looking like it's time for us to leave behind the more heavily wooded area of the forest and enter the riverlands. Like the forest, rivers home to quite a few animals. In fact, hundreds of animals live in, under, and around the river. But today, we're going to the Safi River, which is famous for just one animal. Keep a lookout for the mighty hippopotamus. The hippos spend most of the time in the water. I can stay fully submerged for about 8 minutes at a time. There is, looks like 2 hippos underneath the water on the right-hand side. But if you want to see a whole bunch of hippos, I recommend you look over to the left. Seriously, left-hand side has got a whole bunch of hippos. You see, hippos live in groups called bloats, and we normally see this bloat over here on the left-hand side of the river. Around the pod, we've got pelicans. Yeah, these big birds on the island are called pink-backed pelicans. The name comes from their back to start pink during mating season, and both the male and the female help care for the egg of the baby. And the big hippos. Hippos can sleep underwater. You notice a couple of them doing this right now. They can do that because every 8 or so minutes when the hippo has to breathe, it suddenly sticks its nose up out of the water, gets a big breath of air, and goes right back down without waking up. They are nocturnal, and it's been about a couple hours ago or so. And at nighttime, hippos come onto land to eat about 150 pounds of grass each. A fully grown hippo weighs over 5,000 pounds. Now I'm just going to ask you, please, please, please remain seated. This bridge right here is pretty old and rickety, and those are crocodiles. Those are real, live Nile crocodiles. So please sit down. Please sit down. Thank you. Crocodiles can remain completely submerged under the water for up to 2 hours at a time. One quick thrust of their powerful tail can propel them an entire body length forward, and they can reach about 20 feet long. Some of those crocodiles are as long as a giraffe is tall, and they look hungry to me, so I say we get out of here. Okay, we are leaving behind the forest for good and heading towards the savannah. The savannah has a completely different ecosystem, and with different ecosystems come different animals. For example, you're not going to find giraffes in the forest. They would get hit in the face by branches every 2 seconds. Likewise, you're not going to see bongos or okapi on the savannah. They'd freak out from all the open space. And with different ecosystems come different plants. Some of these plants, like this tree over here on the right, look weird. That's a baobab tree, also known as upside-down trees. Baobabs can survive long periods of drought by storing water in their really big trunks, and by going leafless 9 out of 12 months of the year. Check out this gorgeous view of the savannah. These grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles and are a migratory superhighway for the millions of animals that live here. It's also home to some of the more famous animals, like lions and cheetahs, elephants and giraffes. All sorts of antelope and gazelle call savannah their home, and even the occasional monkey and rhino make their way on through. With all the animals live out here, you'll probably see why this is the wild Africa we are working so hard to conserve. Now, a cool thing about the savannah, it comes with landscapers. For example, if you look at the trees, the leaves on the trees all end up pretty much the exact same height. Give or take a foot or two. That's not coincidence. That's due to giraffes. Giraffes are a bit like pruning shears. They nip at the leaves on the underside of trees, creating a very thin, even canopy. A thinner canopy means more light can stream on through. The more light that comes through hits the grass meat, those grasses start to grow and spread. And with growing grass, he needs some sort of lawnmower. Well, out here, we don't use John Deere's. Nope. Out here, lawnmowers are antelope and cattle. They eat the grass, keep it nice and short and neat and tidy. As they eat the grass, little new shoots spring up which feed little guys, like warthogs and gazelles. So in a balanced system, there is plenty of food for everybody. And this savannah looks pretty nice as well. Now all these really strange reddish orange mounds are termite mounds. They're made out of a mixture of termite saliva and dirt, and when they dry are about as hard as concrete. Elephants use the larger ones, like this one on our left-hand side, as back scratchers. The smaller, more worn-down termite mounds give the smaller animals a chance to over tall grasses. Not all the animals out here can see the grass for predators. Those small animals have devised a couple solutions to that. The first is to tap onto like a rock or a termite mount. Anything gives them a step up, so to speak, and you see meerkats doing that quite a bit. Second option, hang out with giraffes. A fully grown giraffe is 18 to 20 feet tall, and they have phenomenal vision, so giraffes can see for miles. They are normally the first animal spotted predator, so general rule of thumb is, if the giraffe sign starts running, you probably should too. And speaking of giraffes, look out to your left, by the palm tree. That's a Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffes have very jagged edges to their spots. Feel like someone took a crayon and scribbled all over the place. There are one of the two types of giraffes out here, the type being reticulated giraffes. Reticulated giraffes have very smooth, clean edges to their spots. And there's some sable antelope off on our right, playing in the bushes. Sable antelope are actually born a light tan color, and the males, and only the males, darken as they age. The most dominant male in the sable herd is always darkest. So we're going to be pretty much next to them, at the same time next to the herd of wildebeest hiding in the bushes to our left. Sables to our right, wildebeest to our left. Wildebeest have one of the largest migrations in Africa. They're also called mews, spelled G-N-U, for the grunting sound they make, which is no, no. Look at all the giraffes! I see 1, 2, 3. Possibly more. Holy cow! Check out those horns. You see them in the bushes? There's the horns sticking up. Those belong to ankle-like cattle. Hopefully get a better view of those cows in a second. So giraffes. Believe it or not, giraffes and people have the same number of bones in our neck. We both only have 7 cervical or neck vertebrae. Now humans are pretty tiny. Ours are only about yay big. But giraffes are huge. I think bigger than your head huge, which is why their necks are so much longer than ours. And giraffes have an 18-inch long prehensile tongue. Prehensile means they can grab onto things, so with their tongues, giraffes can grab onto branches, pick their noses, lick their eyeballs, and clean their ears. It's a multi-purpose tool. Now, give us some big cows. There's the Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle are the only domesticated animals on the reserve. Now, those horns are about 6 feet long and 22 inches in diameter. Now you're thinking, gosh, those horns have got to be heavy. Nah, they're hollow. Those horns weigh about 15 pounds each. Looks like we're approaching Monkey Point. Monkey Point is named for the troop of mandrills that occasionally gather here. So, mandrills are Africa's largest monkey, but they are very shy. So we gotta sneak up on them all quiet-like. And it's a bit hard to sneak in a 30,000-pound truck with a hyperactive microphone. But we'll do our best. Oh, I almost forgot. Monkey Point is the beginning of elephant country. So you never know. You might get to see an elephant or two as well. How's it to the last get fight any monkeys? I see one between two logs up the rock. Do you see it? Logs like form a V. It's in the, well, it was there. Did it poof? Okay, so there I just can't see from angle, I guess. Now, mandrills are really known for their beautiful red and blue noses, like Big Raffiki's nose. The most dominant male have the most brilliant nose of all, and a matching rear end, because hey, why not? There you are, little stinker. Oh, there's one at the bottom. You see at the bottom of the logs?
No.
And there's an elephant on your right-hand side, in case you're curious. That is a big male or bull elephant. The males are by themselves, while females are in large herds. Now, you know what? I know of an old road. I think there's just over there. I'll move on to that road. See how close to the elephant, maybe find a few more of its friends. Wait, what? Oh no, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Why is the road closed? That road was totally open yesterday. Of course, there also wasn't a giant gaping sinkhole yesterday there too, so... Yeah, there was that. Okay, looks like we are now going this way. And, to be honest, I've never actually gone this way before. So, anybody happen to have a map on them? No? Oh no, we are gonna get so lost. Okay, I have absolutely no such direction whatsoever. Seriously, ask my mom. So, sorry if it's someplace weird like Madagascar. I mean, tell me if I haven't once or twice, we can cook heads up just in case. Oh. This bridge right here looks exciting. It kind of looks like it's being held up with some wire and prayer. Oh, it's rusty wire. Don't mind those sounds. As well, those sounds. It's normal. We're just saying hello. It's talking to bridge. It's nothing to worry about. Oh gosh. Okay, front tires are off. Come on, tigers. Come on, come on, come on. We made it! Oh, yeah, the bridge kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. I say we never go on it ever again. It might collapse. Ugh, that'd ruin our day. Oh, but hang on here. There's tusk marks on red clay. Elephants eat that red clay to get their vitamins. That usually means they're somewhere nearby-ish. I did say ish. I see way back there, I think. Now, elephants are currently being threatened by humans. It's not just by poachers or illegal hunters who are hunting for tusks which made ivory. They're also being threatened by humans encroaching upon their lands to mine coltan, a metallic ore used in cell phones, laptops, a whole bunch of electronics. As the coltan increases, people are getting closer and closer to elephants, which leads to confrontations. A really easy way to help elephants out is to recycle any electronics you might have. Hope inside can be reused. People might think much of it, elephants keep the land. Kind of a nice win-win situation. And by some miracle of science, we're getting the radio. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. Oh, we got a mama and baby having a quick morning drink. And that's a duck. born pink. They're born with grayish-white flesh balls, and they get that gorgeous pink color from the beta-carotene in the brine shrimp to eat. The pink will start at their beaks and work way down their bodies, with their legs and feet turning pink last. These are greater flamingos, the least pink of all flamingos. They're also tallest though. They're about 5 feet tall and only weigh 9 pounds. The little itty-bitty white birds with them are not flamingos, those are ibises. They are freeloaders from Florida. Looks like we are now entering white rhino territory. White rhinos, despite our best efforts, are being threatened by poachers. Poachers are hunting the rhinos for their horns, which are made of keratin. Now, keratin is the same exact stuff that makes up our hair and fingernails. For some reason, rhino horns are insanely valuable in the black market. It's a constant battle with rhinos, but one really to fight. I mean, look at him, he's like a chubby unicorn. Hey there, sweetie. Now, the white rhinos actually do not get anything from skin color. The name instead comes from the Afrikaans word vite, V-I-T-E. It means wide, and versus are wide square mouths. First English speakers suddenly heard vite as white, and the name was sort of stuck around. Fully grown, they are about 5,000 pounds, and can reach to the 7 feet tall from ground to hump. And they live in groups called crashes. Crash is a very accurate description. They really can't see where they're going, so it's sort of crashing and everything. Now, I got a bit of a challenge for you. I wonder how many cheetahs you can find. There's one lying down. You see her? The cheetah is actually the fastest animal in the world. They can run up to 70 miles an hour for about 300 to 400 yards. So if we're about to leave the football field, they can run as fast as your car can drive on the interstate. Legally, anyway. Now, they are built for speed. Their sleek bodies cut down air resistance. And their spines are incredibly flexible, allowing the cheetah to hyperextend or really stretch out their front and back legs. While running, the cheetahs have a 20-foot long stride. And those spots are really good camouflage. How many of you saw both cheetahs? Woo, yay, call people. Awesome. Yeah, in tall grass they hunt, they're almost invisible, which is good for the cheetah, because they are the only daytime hunters amongst the big cats. Most big cats are nocturnal. And speaking of big nocturnal kitties, there's one that's sort of lying around on top of this copy, or rock formation. Do you ever look at cats and wonder how they can position to be comfortable? He is sound asleep, too. I'm sure if you get closer, you can probably hear him snoring. Oh, there's actually a lioness underneath him. Okay, look between two tall rocks directly underneath the lion. There's a female. She's kind of in a dead cockroach pose. See her back legs is kind of flopping around. Now, the lionesses, the females, are actually the hunters. They will spend 4 to 6 hours a night hunting for food. The guy's job is to stay home and babysit the kids. Now, because they're active at nighttime, they're generally inactive for about 18 to 20 hours a day. So you could actually save some time just lying around. Now look past the rhinos. There's some zebras. Zebras are black with white stripes, not the other way around. You know what? I think we might get a better view of them a little further ahead, so hang on a second. This will happen. That lion, that male, is relatively young. His mane is still pretty blonde. As lions get older, the manes get darker and darker. So technically, by that logic, Scar was older than Mufasa. Just saying. And that's his best side. Now we saw Simba and Nala. Can we possibly find Pumbaa? Oh, there's a warthog! He's just munching down on some food. He's not ugly, he's just not pretty. I'm sure his mother thinks he's fine. The warthogs actually run about 35 miles an hour. And their tusks are so sharp, most predators leave them well alone. They're like, whoa man, we'll go somewhere else. We'll watch your eggs, biggest eggs in the world, about 4 pounds each. And there's a little Bontabuck on our right hand side. Little brown animal with a white face. And I told you to be closer to zebras, see? Hey there, guys! So zebras are actually equines like horses. Technically, you could sell out the zebra and drive the sunset with it. I don't recommend it. Zebras are more stubborn than mules, and their hind legs are so powerful, they can actually break a lion's jaw with a single swift kick. Zebras are tough. Now we're heading towards a new part of the reserve. About a year and a half ago or so, we got a whole new section of land. And I've heard rumors that some animals are making themselves quiet at home. I thought we'd pop on in and see what we can find. Oh, this bird's looks fluffy. I don't see anything yet. That's not a good sign. Wait, there's a squirrel. We're good. Oh, no, Adax! They're tannish white animals. They got beautiful corkscrew horns. Just kind of chilling. There's actually one sitting in its breakfast like, man, my bed is delicious. Now, Adax are simply amazing. These beautiful animals do not have to drink. They get the water they need from the food they eat. They can go their entire lives without ever once having a single sip of water. Now, those horns of theirs are about 3 feet long and mostly used for defense. But like so many animals, they are being hunted for their horns. The Adax are now critically endangered, with less than 300 left in the world. We are trying to breed them. Hopefully one day we can get them back up to their original numbers. It's going to take a while, but it's worth it. And here's something too amazing like go extinct. Now we're going to wind our way back to the Warren's Post. From there is a very short walk back to Harambe Village. So our main goal here is conservation. And if you'd like to learn more, there are conservation experts located up at Rafiki's Planet Watch. Also, Rafiki's is a wide variety of animals. There's a wonderful petting zoo there called Infection Section, as well as a behind-the-scenes look at Disney's Animal Kingdom. There's a nutritionist office, places you feed the animals, and a veterinary clinic where they take care of the animals. If you're lucky, you might see a tiger in a zoo clean or a bat in for its annual checkup. If you want to see some more amazing African animals, I recommend the Pangani Forest Trail. It's a short walking trail that's both wheelchair and shore accessible. Some of the highlights include an underwater hippo viewing area and an entire gorilla family, including the 500-pound silverback male. Now to get there, go the big hill and turn right at the strollers. To the Rafiki's Planet Watch, or anything else in Animal Kingdom, go the big hill and turn left to the strollers. Now we are approaching the end of our journey. Look around. Please share our personal belongings, which involve cell phones, cameras, children, bags, purses.